On X, William Nicholas writes, Michael defending Tibbs being a taskmaster when players prefer an ooey-gooey soft coach, but he approved Joe Girardi being replaced by Aaron Boone for being too tough. Now, William, you fall under the same spell as other people. I explained why the Yankees replaced Joe Girardi. I didn't co-sign it. I didn't approve of it. I told you they got rid of Joe Girardi because he was not soft enough with the players. He did not have a good enough relationship and appeal to them on that kind of basis. I didn't say that they should have done that. I explained, William, why they made the change. Aaron Boone is more of a soft coach where he gets the most out of his players, but they have a relationship that's almost bordering on friendship. Joe Girardi, to me, was more of a almost like a Sergeant Carter type, and I think that's what got him in Philadelphia as well. And they replaced him with Rob Thompson, who's a little bit softer. That's what players want now. William, I didn't say that I agreed with it. I explained why it was. Why do people have that problem? And Don and Peter have always told me this. When I'm explaining what the Yankees are doing, why they're doing it, people think that I'm saying, well, I agree with it. That's not necessarily the case. Joe Girardi managed 10 years with the Yankees. Obviously, his tenure ran long enough, and they decided it was time for a change, and they brought in Aaron Boone. Yeah. At some point, they'll make that decision with Aaron Boone as well.
And I felt with the reason why it's not really an apples-to-apples comparison is that, Girardi, I think, was a little bit different in where he might not have been a player-manager. I have no examples of Thibodeau being extra hard on his players, disciplining his players, getting in their face. He works them. And I think everybody wants to be worked. Do we have examples, Michael, where he's ripped into his players?
Never.
Or has been old school?
Never.
But
players love him. Derek Rose loves him.
There were examples. Again, there was just a theory on my part, but I think you were kind of on board, Michael, with me, that maybe Girardi's handling of Sanchez wasn't exactly the 21st century way of handling athletes. That's a different story. When we talk about Thibodeau, we're talking about that he works his players hard. He plays them a lot of minutes. Not that he's some sort of a disciplinarian, that he's using the media to rip into them, or some kind of tax master behind the scenes that is just coaching them too much. He works them very hard.
Tom Thibodeau is the last of a dying breed. Players today, in most sports, they want to be coddled. They want to be told how great they are. They want to have their way all the time. Tom Thibodeau is the last of a dying breed. Players can't wait till the Tom Thibodeaus are out of the game. There are no more Tom Thibodeaus. Maybe it'll shift a little bit. I think Spoelstra is not soft on the players, but when you get results, players buy into it. All these, I like the players that behind, the cloak of anonymity, I would never play for Tibbs. Tell me why. Who are you? Put your name to it and tell me why you wouldn't play. Why? Because you don't want to play 82 games, which, by the way, you're paid for. If you're healthy, you should play 82 games. Load management is crap.
And the main thing, Michael, he hasn't won. So there's a lot of little things here that fuel the narrative that you wouldn't be able to use otherwise. He hasn't won. So you wouldn't be able to do this if he had won, Michael, like Spoelstra's won. So once you win, you can do whatever you want, right? We've seen that with Belichick. We've seen that with Popovich.
Right. Belichick was probably hated by
when
players,
you win.
But you know what? The results were there. They won 6 Super Bowls. And when it finally went bad, they couldn't wait to get him out of there.
And I will say that all of the superstars, as much as they want to be coddled and they want attention, they also want to win. So they will go play for a Thibodeau. If Thibodeau had championships, Michael, this would not be an issue. But it helps fuel the narrative that he doesn't have any championships. So to say you can never win under Tom Thibodeau, well, that's a pretty good narrative. He's a 66-year-old coach. He's never won in Minnesota, didn't win in Chicago, and he hasn't won so far here with the Knicks. So it's easy to just say, well, you can't win with that style. But the second that he won, Michael, that would all change, and everybody would want to play for him. But mainly it's because it's all fueled by the fact that he hasn't won the championship yet.
Listen, I'm not here to say the man is perfect.
No.
While he's not a perfect coach. There are moments where I'd like him to do some different things. I guess the only part I'm really pushing back on is what people's expectations would have been. So you're telling me that with this level of injury and the talent that has been put together here, they should have gone further than Game 7 in the second round?
No, but Peter, the narrative would be, well, the level of injuries because of him. That's their narrative. So that's what they fall back on. I think that every injury that has happened in the NBA this year, every one, is Tibbs' fault.
By the way, when they got OG, he already had a reputation for
exactly. But see, you're not playing the game, Peter. They're going to look at every injury as Tom's fault. Like if somebody, God forbid, got into a car accident on the way to the arena, they'd say, well, that's Thibodeau's fault because he was exhausted from all the minutes that he played and he fell asleep at the wheel. Like, as long as you get hurt, it's always going to be Thibodeau's fault.
Isn't it amazing, though, that every player on the Knicks, go out of their way publicly to praise this guy, how much they love playing for him, including this star. But